G'day guys, Brett Paul here. Now inside the van I've got a very special present. I've got the Nitro there, which is the I've had now for just over a year. Absolutely love it. Just those that have been watching my videos over the last few months know what I feel about this. But the most important thing right now is this exciting package in this box. This is got me really excited. So let's get it out. Let's have a look and see what's in the box. Yes, it's another one. It's another AirConception they're breeding. Okay, so we got the padded bag, which has got all the batteries and the props and whatnot. And look at that. There it is. That there is a Tornado 280. Now I've gone for the clutch version here. Look at this nice shiny chrome pipe. Now I had the Corsairs before this, and one thing I loved about the Corsairs was the shiny pipe, which I don't have on my Nitro, but I've certainly got it here on the Tornado. So let's get it out and have a look at it. Oh, exciting. One of the beauties of this baby is the lightweight. Okay, so let's just put her there. Let's have a look at around her. Oh, so straight away I noticed there's a different harness. This is their newer lightweight harness. They've got different webbing, a lot finer webbing that a lot of the companies are going for now, which has saved weight. I believe it's around 350 grams that it's saved, give or take. A little bit different material, less of a mesh sort of look, more of a grey, flat grey. Certainly looks good. Got the side pockets on both sides, which can be swapped out here for a reserve if I need to. E-start only, which I've been really happy with the Nitro, so I've gone for the E-start only again. It's got the new improved red, not that colour matters, but engine mounts. I do believe the shore rating's a bit softer on these. This one's got the fuel pump, which I don't have on the Nitro. Everything else looks very standard. Obviously the fuel pump hose there. The head obviously is bigger, as well as the exhaust pipe that comes out here into the expansion chamber. But yeah, straight away the head's bigger, you can tell that. And also the clutch, like I said, they've gone for the clutch version this time, and that's certainly something different that I'll have to get used to. Ceramic big pulley here like last time, and very similar pretty much all around. Although one thing I noticed straight away, even through the plastic here, I can see that muffler here is the matte black carbon look with the new improved 3 attachments here, brackets for the exhaust. This is number 407, Tornado number 407. So there's a few of them out there. They've been out in the field for a while. Titanium frame as normal. I do believe that a slightly new design is they've lengthened this back section here a tiny bit, because one tendency of the old model frame was to just tip over a little bit backwards. So they've added a little bit to the end, which has made it more stable on the ground. So little improvements like that. So let's get that wrap off and let's have a look at this shiny new pipe. All right, there it is. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that. This is now, I'm fortunate enough to be in the sport long enough. This is now my 5th motor. The last one, like I said, the Nitro's been wonderful, so I'm expecting the same from this. I just noticed a few improvements earlier. I've also noticed that the electric start seems similar. Obviously, it's got the new clutch bell on there. Expansion chamber mounts have certainly been beefed up. Obviously there's a little bit of strength in the redesign there. Powerful relay in here, and she's going to be a fantastic motor to fly, there's no doubt about that. Nice and beefy. As I said, I looked at that exhaust before, this muffler here, and got a nice little stubby outlet there. So looking at it, just for initial impressions, it's just exciting, really exciting. Same swing arm system that I've got on the other one. Again, same titanium frame, same carburetor, same spark plugs to use, and that's what's so good going from that to this, to have that familiarity between the two motors, and also the exchange of parts should I need it. You can see the slight curve there in the V2 frame, which gives you a little bit more back cavity for your back to sit in there. It's just got the bit of padding at the back here that gives you some more comfort in flight. I know that there's been some talk over the years about these things being vibratey, not only these but the Nitros as well, but those that fly them, talk to them, don't listen to people that haven't flown them or haven't flown them regularly, because they're fine, absolutely fine. So I've got to put all this together. I'll do that with I'll put the cage on around the whole bit, and we'll have another look once she's all done up. In this package here, which is will be all the props and the electrics, all that battery and stuff. So let's have a look. Branding on the front, which is quite normal, of course. Let's turn it around. This is the same, obviously, experience with this as with the Nitro there. All right, so what do we got here? We got prop covers. We've got nice padded prop covers. 1, 2, and you'll notice 3. So yeah, I've gone for the 3-blade Eprop, the tri-blade. I've got the tri-blade here for the Nitro and the 2-blade. I generally run the 2-blade just because I couldn't be bothered changing it over, but I've gone the 3-blade here with the Tornado, more thrust, which is important. But obviously I'm expecting to have a little bit more fuel burn, obviously, with the Tornado over the Nitro. That's one of the differences I will expect to see. New balance charger comes with this version compared to my other one. Okay, so all the cables, necessary cables are there. Obviously the mains cable, you've got a cable here to plug into your battery if you're out in the field to charge your battery, and there's the balance charger. Nothing too special there, they're just pretty standard. Now in here, all really nicely packaged, which you would expect. I mean, let's be honest, we're paying a lot of money for these things. So in here is the battery bag. So we've got a couple of batteries. One battery's in the fireproof bag that comes with it, and the other battery that you fly with on the motor, and the other battery is obviously in a plastic. Now what do we got here? We've got a 1500 milliamp hour 22.2 volt 60C, so there's enough oomph, enough power to start these big beasts. So that's what we got as far as the battery and electrics go. Now what else we got here? We've got obviously there's all the spars here that go, that's crazy lightweight. I mean, in the Nitro and the Tornado are known for their lightweight, but when you feel those spars there, I've had spars similar to this aluminium or T6 aluminium, and there's certainly less weight in the carbon. Again, there's a couple other propellers, one there, one blade there, so we'll put that aside. We've got a spare belt here, which is unexpected, so that's good to know. Thanks, Fanman. Don't know whether that's stand or whether you just threw that in there, I'm not sure. So what do we got here? Those pockets here are all fairly empty. There should be a spark plug. It'll be here, so it's probably, here we go. It's probably in here, is it? No, so there's the prop bolts and the prop plates. What do we got here? That's a little, there you go, there's the manual, for those that want the manual. I know that they've improved the manual substantially, so there's the manual. What do we got there? Nothing. What's on this other side? There's something in here, let's have a look. Here we go. So I'll just use this spark plug. It's a Denso plug. I run the NGK BR10ESs myself, but this is going to be fine for the run-in, because that'll foul up no doubt during the run-in, and then I'll get rid of that. And now here, of course, is all the netting and the framework, so that's all comes together in that one piece. So what I'll do is I'll throw it on there. I'll just interrupt here for a second, the time lapse, because it started to piss down rain, so I've had to move it inside. So let's get back to the time lapse. And there you have it. She's done. She's all together. I mean, obviously I've got to do things like tighten the bolts and give it a once over once I've stopped doing this little filming session here, but she's all made up. The cage is all together nicely. Not a whole lot of stuff to do there to put the cage up. That's one of the things I like about it. Simple. And that's one thing I've rabbited on about before in the past, the simple design, but the effective design. Nice use of materials, titanium, carbon fibre, lightweight fabrics, small stitching, like minimal stitching. It all adds to the overall weight. Now, as I said earlier, this harness is 350 grams lighter, but I think that the clutch is around that much heavier, so I'm about neutral as far as the weight goes of an existing Tornado without with the normal harness and without the clutch. So I'm still coming in around 21.4. I need to weigh it. Crazy. The Nitro over in there is 20.6, as I've said before. maybe a slight little bit of increase in weight with this extra prop, but it's still well under 22 kilos in that range, but I'll do that. It's just a beautiful looking machine. One of the benefits of these, of course, is the access to everything you need. I mean, a lot of paramotors are similar, but at the same time, I've had plenty that are very hard to work on to get to bits. So if I need to do anything with the head, she's nice and open here, and the head stands out a long way. These things are really good with temperatures, and also the starter motor here. All the electrics, very easy to get to, very easy to work on, which is really handy. Could have gone the larger tank, but often fly long enough to warrant going that bigger tank. And also the 15 litres, that's a lot of extra fuel. And it also changes the ergonomics, of course. The bigger tank stands out wider, and the bottom of the tank here is a little fatter, so the fuel's going to stand out a little bit more, the low fuel, so it all adds to the feeling of the weight and whatnot. So that's part of the reason why I went with that. The throttle here, I believe to be the best throttle in the market. The reason for that is super lightweight, like really lightweight. It feels like very little in your hand. There's a line there I could use, but I won't. Very responsive, super responsive. In fact, when you first get these things, if you've never flown one before, you will take a little time to get used to the throttle. It is that responsive. Some guys have talked about cutting off this little section here, but I believe that it acts as good leverage, so I'd leave it on. That's my personal preference. Start button here, kill button here. I have added an auxiliary start button here, so when you're doing reverses and you turn around, you can hit that auxiliary start button and she'll fire up. These things start really well. So again, very minimal in your hand, very thin stem, which is handy. And like I said, starts pretty much first go, second go, every time. A couple of guys have had some burnt out starter motors. Sometimes the relay goes, but sometimes, or gets stuck in the on position, but most of the time it's user error. I've always dreamt of having two motors, one over there, one here, and now it is Christmas time and I'm very excited. So guys, if you're looking for an excitement machine, there's no doubt. I'm happy with the power of the Nitro for me at 110 to 40 pounds, but this is another level of thrust. Every time I've flown it, it just straight up. So there you go, there's the Tornado. A fun excitement machine, and at only under 22 kilos, 21.4, 21.5 kilos, give or take. You just can't beat that with an electric start. Fantastic.